Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the SDFC Fancast. I like that song. That's a good song. And you know what? We are reunited. All of us are together again. Thank the Lord. You know what? And speaking of podcasts, I want to, let's do it. Let's just approach the elephant in the room right away. Christopher, I am drinking Wrexham beer right now. That is true. I know.
Nice.
What a hypocrite, huh?
Beer?
What a hypocrite I am. I'm drinking Wrexham beer right now in my San Diego FC mug.
This is not the elephant I thought you were talking about.
Me neither.
Speaking of celebrities owning soccer teams like Wrexham, Keegan, you were just saying how much you love Will Ferrell and his new movies.
I'm a man.
Caveat.
I'm teasing because Keegan was talking about how much he hates new Will Ferrell movies, and I'm bringing up Will Ferrell and celebrity ownership because Chris and I have talked about it in the past, but also because we're playing LAFC this weekend. But
His movies are good. I like Will Ferrell, his old movies, but man, he has fallen off. And I think if you track the timeline, when he started getting involved with LAFC is really when the movies started falling off. So LAFC suck, and Will Ferrell sucks because of LAFC, and I think that's really so. Hey, if you want to come on though, hop on. I loved you in old school.
Have you seen his recent movies, or are you just talking shit because you haven't actually seen them?
Yeah, the last movie I saw was the Sherlock Holmes one he did with who I love as well. God, I forget his name. It was awful. He hasn't had any good movies lately.
The commercials he's been doing aren't real hot either. They're kind of annoying.
Interesting.
He hasn't had a hit in like 10 years.
Dude, I vaguely remember the Sherlock Holmes one, but I think the last new Will Ferrell movie I watched was Casa de mi Padre. I think I haven't seen.
Yeah.
That was good 15 years ago.
But, yeah, dude, and that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to rack my brain.
That's my exact point.
Kicking and Screaming was great.
But
yeah,
I think
20
that
years
was,
ago.
That was before. Yeah, maybe you're right, Keegan, and maybe it does have to do with LAFC, or maybe it's just you get rich enough and then you start doing shitty credit card commercials and you own MLS soccer teams.
Hey,
you're from LA.
That's if I had that life trajectory, I would love it. Screw it.
I will say, and he's a Christmas movie staple, if you will, with Elf. He was in a Christmas, and Nate, you love musicals. He was in a musical with Ryan Reynolds. You love Ryan Reynolds, co-owner of Wrexham. Them two were in a movie together, and it was good. It was like it's like a Scrooge remake. I recommend it. It's a good Christmas movie.
For the record,
fuck off, by the way.
For the record, I think Ryan Reynolds is funny, and I do like. I used to watch that movie with Ryan all the time. Not Friends with Benefits, but you know which one I'm talking about. The one with Ryan Reynolds, and he used to be fat. That one.
Anyway, LAFC sucks, so we're gonna kick their asses.
They are. They do suck.
There we go.
Dude, I was actually looking up their goals for, goals away, all that stuff, because I've been watching them, and I had Wong on my team, and I have Lloris on my team still, and I really have not been that impressed with LAFC. So when I looked at their record and saw that they've won more games than us, they've won 3, and they're 1 point ahead of us on the table, I was surprised because honestly, they haven't looked convincing at all whenever I've watched them, but that's just me.
They did lose at home to Austin, and we lost obviously on the road to, we tied Austin that was
That was our only.
That was the first loss. Sorry.
But we could have won that, and we were away.
Speaking of elephants in the room, I know you guys already kind of recapped the Austin game, but there is a big elephant at the front of our formation. We are lacking a striker. We do not have a striker right now. Literally, we don't have a striker.
Yeah.
Chuky's healthy enough soon, but yeah, you're right.
And he's not a striker. We don't have a legit Marcus. I think that is one hole in our team that we don't have.
Yeah.
We have a ton of depth, but we have not signed a backup striker.
Yeah.
Fairly alarmed here.
It is. I mean, honestly, the way in which we're playing right now reminds me a lot of Germany in that World Cup. Where we did the final again, where we did the final. I say that because I bet on Germany 2 years to win that. 2 years prior to that World Cup. That's why I say that. But that one where it was literally they fielded a team of like fucking 10 midfielders. Our team, which the way we play seems to be okay. I saw an Instagram post and SDFC did the keys to winning the match, and it essentially said counterattack. Like one of them was put your chances away. It's like, yep, you need to score goals to win a soccer game. Thank you for letting us know that. But the other one was create a numerical advantage on our side, and that's a counterattack. That's the only time as a team, right? But I will say I like that fact that I know we want to play that possession soccer and all that and be pretty and be Barcelona 2008, but it's not going to happen right away. And I am glad that the team and Mikey, and he has mentioned this before, but he wants to win first. So yeah, we can win attractively, all that stuff, but I'm totally down to park the bus and counterattack and win 2-0 against LAFC if that's what it takes to win. So I'm curious how you guys feel about that. Like, do we have to win that right to dream style every time? Or I don't know. How do you feel about that? Would you rather win and park the bus or like draw the game against LAFC and look better than them?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You got it.
I was gonna say it's gonna be hard because it's basically two similar styles playing against each other. It's like two big waves crashing into each other at the same time.
But I'm just asking what you would prefer as a fan.
How we play now.
Yeah, I would say
right?
I kind of want to overperform them. No, I want to.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Would you rather park the bus and win 2-0
No.
where they totally dominate possession and all that stuff? Or would you rather dominate possession, have more shots on goal, and draw 1-1?
I'd rather win. Obviously.
If it's going to result in the win, whatever way we're going to play, it will give me the win. But I see what you're saying.
Right.
I see what you're saying. It's just we're kind of dedicated and committed to this certain style of play, whether it's we're up 1-0 and we're still gonna attack when maybe we should slow it down or something.
Or what I think is that us saying we're gonna do this all the time is mostly lip service. And I think that people like Mikey who have coached the US and coached in that program under 21s, all that stuff, they know what the fans want to hear, but they also know that we want results at the end of the day. And that's what I ultimately feel like they're doing is they're telling us all the things we want to hear and building the team we want to get to. But I feel like, like you said, Chris, like totally glaring. We don't have a point man up front. Like we do not. But it would make me nervous if we kept playing in a way that acted like we did have that. Does that make sense?
It does make sense to me, but I also don't think it's one thing or the other. I understand the hypothetical, but I don't necessarily think that it has to be we park the bus and win 2-0 or play our style and draw. I think we can still score goals playing the style we want to play. And I think we can do it without a striker. It's just a matter of figuring out a way of making that happen in the final third. I hope we don't park the bus against LAFC. I hope we stick to our style because that's what we were born and bred to do. That's what our team is built to do. So parking the bus, I mean, if we do park the bus, who's to say that we do score in the counter? We can't even score when we fucking hold possession for 80 minutes. So who's gonna say when we are 80% of the time? So if we do park the bus, we may not even score. We might end up losing 2-0. So I don't think it's one or the other. I do respect and appreciate the hypothetical, but I hope we don't do that. I want to keep playing an attractive style of football. If we lose, we lose. But come this time, 4 months from now, we're going to be winning games 4-0 and shit, hopefully. So that's my thoughts.
No, and dude, I think that's very valid, especially with MLS being a playoff-based system. Is as long as you make it to the playoffs, right, you're good. So it's not like you have to win these games. We watch, other leagues around the world, England, for instance, and all that stuff. And there are games where, oh man, if they don't win these next 2 games, they're probably going to lose the league. Whereas in MLS, it's not like that. I agree with you in the fact that there's nothing better than to go out and go, we're going to play this way. And we're so good at playing this way. It doesn't matter how you play. it doesn't matter how the other team plays. So going that route, I would love to eventually go there. So I'm always torn because I'm competitive as fuck. I would much rather us win. I would hate to lose to LAFC. But to your point, if we can get this style down and then dominate with an attractive style, that would be like a fucking dream come true. So I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
always torn.
and I know Keegan, you always said this, and it may or may not be not having a striker because even when Marcus was in, he scored one goal and it was kind of like off a counter, and it was late in extra time. Like our goals haven't come from a striker per se, so I think it's less a matter of and I'm not taking back what I said before. That's a huge hole in our roster, but I do think anyone can score goals on Hell, Dreyer, Chucky when he's in, Mighton, good to see him play last week. Any of those guys can get up there and score. It's just a matter of making it happen.
Yeah, I do like the fact that we have had multiple scorers, Anders, Balakari, De La Torre, Marcus. We've had, I would wonder, like, MLS teams, like a different variety of scorers. That's always a good sign when your whole team can score freaking goals. And I do agree with you. I feel like we're that type of squad for sure.
And Jeppe should have had a goal this week. Fuck, he got robbed.
Oh man. Yeah, we're a young team. We're going to make some mistakes. We're a young team as in the sense of all of us playing together as one, but then we also have a lot of young players too. So there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be mistakes like when we got caught on that free kick. There's just little stuff like that's going to happen that'll make a difference in games here and there. But like Chris said, I think the floodgates are going to come off, and I feel like we're built to just like put the ball in the back of the net more often than not.
And I think what's more important, honestly, is stop conceding early goals. Like if you look at all of our concessions, they're all within the first 20 minutes. Every single goal we've conceded, I think, is within the first 20 minutes. So we got to clean that up. And if we do that, then we're not trying to come from behind every fucking match.
Yeah.
Tommy Shelby made a quick appearance there.
Oh, Tommy Shelby.
Oh goodness. No, but I do agree with you because for multiple things can be true at the same time. And I think that's especially true for soccer in particular, because again, different teams will come with different tactics every single game to the point that like our team, SDFC and other MLS teams keep it hidden who's injured and who's not. So I heard that Chucky is going to be on the bench this game, which is a huge boost. I mean, obviously he's an attacking outlet. We do seem to have, our midfield seems to be pretty dang solid. Very much so, like we've been talking about. So it's like we have a slew of options, but he does, like we talked about watching the Coachella games and all that stuff. He does seem to have a little bit, he's class. Like he has a little bit extra, it feels like. He's just a little bit better than everybody else on the field. That feeling you get when Anders has the ball, you definitely get that with Chucky, maybe even more. We'll see though. That's me watching with PSV and at the Coachella game and just a little bit for SDFC so far. But man, I don't think the league even still doesn't realize how much Chucky's going to dominate, when he's back.
Yeah, we're hardly played for us. And Keegan, you wanted to bring up a conspiracy theory? Go ahead.
As you say, we're where we are right now. Like we're fourth in the Western Conference right now. Chuky's played 120 minutes for us. No one would ever expect we'd be in this position without him.
Yeah.
So all the guys getting all this experience and playing well, and then now we insert Chucky back in. I think the sky's the limit. Like we're just going to improve more and more. So I think it's a real testament to especially Dreyer and everybody, but our bench and our depth, even though it lacked, obviously last weekend really showed we had a lot of young guys playing, but I think it just shows how good we can be. And now you insert Chucky into this team, we're gonna go off. Like it's great. I'm so excited to see him back in with the team.
Yeah, me too. Very much so. I mean, and like you said, everyone, we've talked about it over and over again. I know I'm just going to beat it at horse here, but all the other fans, at least all the comments we saw, everyone was sleeping on the team. People didn't recognize the name, so they immediately thought we were going to be bad, and that just showed how little they know about soccer. But Colonial, speaking about knowing about soccer, you just posted some odds in the team. I didn't look at it. Are we favored to win this game or
I believe so it's plus 135 for us, plus 180 for LAFC. So that would make us a slight favorite, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Plus
so
interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And Ivan, friend of the podcast, he brought that up in our Discord group saying that he was like, can you believe that we're the favorites in this game? And it's like, to your point, I think the nation and the national media and all that is like starting to wake up to the fact that we can play some ball.
Vegas always knows.
Dude,
Always
yeah, exactly.
Listen to Chris. It's a really rare that you could ever find those times where they didn't already find it. It is so rare. You have to do some stuff like, I don't know, bet on Iceland to beat England back in the day or something like that, you know?
Nate did that.
Hazen to win the Open.
But no, Chris, you're right, dude. Honestly, like if you really want to know boxing, especially because people always ask me about boxing, look at the odds in Vegas. They will tell you who's going to win the fight most of the time. They will tell you. And so for us, for San Diego FC, and we are publicly saying Chuky's on the bench, Marcus is out, all that stuff. Paddy McNair also just captained Northern Ireland to 2 games. Godoy just captained Panama to 2nd place in the Nations League. So they just got back. They have to. Today would have been the first day they like literally the way in which the time works. It like and time and space. You know, like today would have been the first day Paddy could train with the team. So like I would be really surprised if he came out and started, but I also wouldn't be surprised because he's a badass. I don't know. You guys want to take bets? Do you think Paddy's going to start or not?
No.
Well, I'm Brad Pitt. You brought this up. I would like to circle back. That's the thing I say now, and I'd like to bring to the table certain things. I don't know if we're gonna have enough bandwidth, but the low hanging fruit.
Let's shelf that for now.
We'll shelf that for now. But if I'd like to circle back, I would like to circle back, frankly, to the last match when we lost and also dominated the game, but Nathan, you just brought it up. We didn't have Godoy. We didn't have Paddy. We didn't have Marcus. We didn't have Chuky. And we still had, 80% possession at the end of the game and way more chances than they did. Granted, they could have scored like 5 goals on us, but they were all. That
was a good game.
They were all in like a counter, though. But my point being that if we are taking bets, I do think Paddy's going to start. I do think Godoy is going to start. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to circle back and bring that up. I just think sometimes we don't have enough bandwidth to get to these things. I just wanted to, last thing I'd like to say is synergy. Go ahead.
I was just about to say the synergy between Godoy and Yepa is just unstoppable. It really is. They are the two most synergistic midfielders, midfield pair in MLS right now.
Well said.
Agree with you, Christopher. Nice. I'm gonna throw that on my PowerPoint deck for the next presentation.
As you should. Make sure you have enough bandwidth.
Chris is guessing Paddy is gonna start. God, my gut. You know what? He's a badass. But I think Pilcher's gonna get the start, and I think he deserves it. I think Pilcher gets the start. You know what? I'm gonna say Pilcher. Saying it. What about you, Keegan?
I agree with Paddy coming off the bench, maybe.
Paddy off the bench, Colonial, so he's not gonna start. What do you think, Keegan?
We know what he's doing.
Well, I think Godoy for sure is starting. He doesn't have as long of travel time as Paddy. So he'll be there for sure. And of course, Paddy's starting. Yeah. He's a Northern Irishman. He just captained them. Of course he's starting. He's not a bitch. He's gonna start the game and he's gonna score a header. So get with the program. Paddy fucking McNair. Let's go, Paddy. Come on.
Let's go, Paddy. Let's go.
Yeah. Dude, what if it would be great if Paddy and Chuky get subbed on late and then they just both score real quick. Bing bing.
Chuky for sure is getting a sub goal.
He's good, yeah, he's got to. I wonder what the odds are for Chuky scoring. I wonder what they are for this game.
Gotta be like plus 500.
I would think, but remember we looked at
more like plus 1,000 is my guess.
Yeah,
that is one ML. I don't think that Vegas has quite caught up with MLS because they had Mighton almost on the same level as Onder scoring one of the games.
Wow.
Remember that? Wow. I sent that to you.
Yeah, you did send that. I remember. Yeah, that makes no sense.
Right.
Dreyer has probably 4.
That was after he scored 2 goals the first game. And it was just like, so he scored 2 goals the first game. Mighton had 0 minutes. And the following game, the odds are almost the same for them to score. Like those are the weird times where an expansion team or stuff like that, where you might be able to make some money, but it's not enough to where, hey, the reason that Vegas keeps going, is because the gamblers never win.
Unless you're Chris Moneymaker.
Or unless you're me the first 30 minutes of the night, and then the remaining 5.5 hours.
Yeah, you're up 800 and you're down about 1,000 when you're done.
Every time, never fails. I'm so good at the beginning.
That's true. It's true. I do have to bring this up because I'm sorry, Keegan, because Chris is wearing the jersey and all that stuff. But Keegan, do you run the SDFC Fancast like soccer Twitter, or is it a Padre Twitter? What is this shit?
It's San
Padres
Diego.
This, Padres
San Diego.
It's opening day, so shout out to everybody for the Padres. It's opening day. I'm sorry. Hey, there's
congratulations on the win, y'all.
Yeah, heck
As Chris would say, synergy. We're bringing this synergy between SDFC fans and Padre fans, because there is a big crossover now. Padre fans for here,
so,
SDFC fans, synergy.
And this is very valid. This is valid to the podcast. It is. I mean, it's like a carousel, circular. It's up and down. All right.
Put the quarter in, up and down, around, all good things.
This is a good segue to something I wanted to bring up.
I wanted to bring something up first about Padres. I've never seen them more supported ever. And like the fact that the Padres and SDFC at the same time are blowing up is cool for the city. It is. That's all I want to bring up. Like even in the days, Tony Gwynn, even when, the freaking World Series against the Yankees, Ken Caminiti MVP, all that stuff, like where I had to hear it. Oh my God. But this like seems to be next level. Like the Clippers just posted like good luck to the Padres. The Padres are the fucking hot team right now. What's up,
SDFC did too.
Let's fucking feel good finally after all these years of the Padres being shit on by all the baseball. Come on, y'all, brag about it.
First of all, this is a big story, dude. Read the papes.
Sorry, Chris. I just want to give you guys some props. That's all. That's why
I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the mood because Padres play at, I think, 5:15 on Saturday night, and SDFC's at 7:30. And I guess my point is with the crossover happening with there being tons of Padre fans and being tons of SDFC fans, will Snapdragon have less fans because a lot of those fans that are quote unquote crossed over, are they going to be over at Petco? And
I don't think so. Honestly, man, because I think the city's so big, so diverse, and it's so hot and it's so fresh that everybody wants to get there. So I think tickets are going to be hot commodities for this weekend.
I would agree on any other weekend, but it's opening weekend.
That's what I was
at Petco. So I think like if you get into dog days of summer, June, all that, or after this weekend, yes. But I still think Snapdragon will be full. Like I think it won't be a sellout, but there will be a lot of fans there. But I think with it being opening weekend at Petco, that'll be hard. A lot of people that might be at Petco for opening. It's always hard. It's opening weekend. It's beginning of the season. But I still think there'll be a good crowd. Like,
I don't have an opinion, but I will say this: the supporter section is sold out already.
Of course, yeah.
For Snapdragon, and also the LAFC crew, whatever they're called, freaking 5150 or what are they fucking called? 2530 or whatever, some stupid ass name. So there are going to be a lot of those clowns down here too.
The bitch.
I honestly
Exactly.
I honestly think that San Diego is just going to be a freaking fucking sports hub. I mean, in the future, but especially this weekend. I'm really excited.
Can I make a quick point? I think it's really ridiculous. This is on the Padres organization. SDFC has been really good. Like they had a cool video today that came out of all the SDFC players saying, "Go San Diego!" Like for the faithful, bunch of players. They had a sick SDFC bat, which would look really cool.
On TikTok, I commented, "Padres don't deserve your love." Sorry.
Oh, Nathan.
They don't. They're being mean to SDFC. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you are correct in my next point. Yeah, so I agree with you there. But yeah, but it's ridiculous. Manny's part owner, and the Padres have not like done any any love back to them.
You got it.
I know, I don't.
You had reciprocating. You had it.
You had it.
I was
you
have
you won.
God, come on. Have the confidence, Keegan.
Brother, I've been... But we're going. So, but I think it's ridiculous that but I think it's ridiculous that the Padres aren't doing that. The Clippers were saying go. It's so stupid. I think the Padres, whoever runs their social media, or I don't know if it's ownership or whatever, they should be conjoined together, SDFC and Padres, because that's such a great link up between both. That was my only point.
I don't understand. They both have so much hype right now. Like they are the hype. They're the hype right now.
So much aura. It's why are they not supporting? Yeah, it's stupid. So shout out SDFC for being the bigger men and supporting the Padres. Padres, get it together. Besides Manny and everybody who came, but
yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of synergy there. And if I could circle back to a couple of weeks ago when Manny and a bunch of the players went.
You're not Jack Donaghy.
He came out. Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
damn right I am.
Dude, Banks.
One of my favorite lines is when she's like, "Are you wearing a tuxedo?" He's like, "It's after 8 p.m. Lemon. I'm not a farmer."
One of my favorite clips, real quick. Sorry. I think like Jack Donaghy's just walking in a park, and Will Arnett just jumps out of the bushes and zips up his pants. And he's like, right. You have to watch to know why he was jumping out of the bushes, but he gets it.
Dude, Will Arnett is so amazing in that. But so what celebrities do you guys think will be at the game on Saturday? You have any guesses? Do you think Ava Longoria is going to be there?
I think Will Ferrell is going to be there.
Apart from Will Ferrell, Will Ferrell has to be there, and they're going to have him come out and do some Ron Burgundy bullshit. If they don't, there's a huge miss. Like, come on now. But like, who do you guys? What other stars do you think will come out in San Diego? Is there any basketball?
Tom DeLonge and Tony Hawk. They're the couple of guys that
Tony Hawk
can make an appearance.
That's a good call. Tony Hawk will be there.
Sean White, maybe he'll is he in town?
I don't know.
Some golfers or something.
You know who's gonna be there? You know who's gonna be there? And this guy is the biggest fucking bitch in the world. Nate, I already know you know.
Oh no, I don't.
Mario Lopez.
Oh,
what?
Why would Mario Lopez?
Julie knew where you were going. Julie was pointing at me like, idiot,
They're playing in San Diego.
Because he claims to be a San Diegan, but he's the biggest LA whore of
all.
I didn't
Mario.
know that.
Literally, every chance he gets, he brags about being from the mean streets of Chula Vista and how he grew up, how tough it was in San Diego. And then the second he had the chance, he immediately repped LA for everything.
Yeah.
So I will claim this still, just like I did in the real. I will fuck Mario Lopez up at wrestling in real life. I don't care how much he's trained, how much steroids he's done. He's like 20 years older than me, and he never was close to as good at wrestling as I was. I would definitely. And he sits
this is how Mario Lopez sits.
Oh, I hate it when people sit like that.
No, do you know how he sits? Well, I won't show
you. Later, and he has.
God,
dude,
but
I bet he'll be
in
there.
his LAFC jersey. And Mario Lopez is the type of person where he'll probably have a jersey that's like half LAFC and half SDFC. The worst shit you could possibly do. That's probably what Mario Lopez will do.
He'll have the SDFC pullover, and then when LAFC scores, he'll take it off the LAFC jersey.
Hey, it's like when people put like both teams on a scarf. Like that's for the tour. Those scarves.
I hate that.
And the only time I ever bought one of those scarves, I did buy one of those, but it was at a game, and it was at an 1860 Munich game, and they were playing St. Pauli, and the scarf was 1860 Munich, but it was Borussia Dortmund, because there's a term, I forget what it is, but when there are two clubs in Germany that one is lower tiers, one is higher tiers, they're friends with each other. There's a name for it, and it's Borussia Dortmund and 1860. Synergy is a name for it. Yeah, it's actually a German word. But no, the reason that I have that one is I will say St. Pauli fans aren't that good at fighting. They pretend to be tough, and there's blood on that scarf. That's the only thing that I will say. They act like they're the punk rock team. They're not. They're pussies. Anyway.
It's a good beer. Is it confirmed Will Ferrell's coming? Because an owner at LAFC, why would he come to an away game at San Diego to pump up our team by doing Ron Burgundy? That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's just, I don't think it's that. I think he would come to support LAFC, but it makes a lot of sense that he he would come here because of like the San Diego shit.
Yeah.
Like it'll get all
He's
of
not
the
coming.
it'll get all the media attention.
There's no way.
That's my assumption, Christopher, is that'll just get eyes. Like it really
Yeah,
will.
it'll
Like
get
with
tons
San
of
Diego
eyes.
being hot right now, like Manny Machado might give him a pod, like who knows? Like I bet you they're gonna work their way into. If I was San Diego FC, I would be trying everything to shoehorn fucking Will Ferrell into shit. Come on now, y'all. Like you just have to. That's part of the job.
He's on the enemy. He's not coming. He's on the yacht in the Caribbean.
Make it a bit, dude. Be like, yo, I'm from San Diego and this and that, but now I'm in LA. Like, make it a freaking bit, dude.
Keegan,
like
I'm glad you're a purist.
He's an owner of LAFC.
In my heart, I feel he shouldn't Keegan feels.
Yeah, he's an owner of LAFC. Why would we welcome in to do a bit in our stadium? No, fuck you.
No,
stay in LA. Your stupid Falcon. I'm gonna shoot your Falcon with an arrow. You're
right, Keegan. You're right.
This is San Diego. No, you're not a San Diego. I'm sorry. That's kind of where I go. Like, why would we welcome?
What about him?
Here? I like him as a person in his movies, but no. Boo.
I cannot agree more. And dude, if Will Ferrell gets on the screen and everybody boos, oh God, I would love it. My heart would I would be like the Grinch and my heart would be 2 sizes too big after that.
We need to get petty. Get petty.
Dude, absolutely. 100%. I agree with you, Keegan.
I just can't stop picturing Keegan shooting Will Ferrell's Falcon with a bow and arrow.
Can we get like Champ Kind or Brick or somebody else to come then? If we're not going to do Ron Burgundy, can't we get
Paul Rudd?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Paul Rudd.
That would be
Paul Rudd, yeah.
That would be absolutely incredible. Now, thank you, Keegan, for regaling us what it's like to be a real fan, No, Colonial. And Colonial, you said you were thinking about coming down for the game, and it didn't work out. Plane tickets are like freaking north of $600. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was last minute. I really, really wanted to come down. It was going to be a quick turnaround. Just, my family and everything so I was like 50-50 on the fence. Not going to make it. So I sold my ticket to a Riptide supporter.
Nice.
For the $18 price that I purchased it for. So it was actually shout out to her. She her sitter bailed on her and she needed my ticket for her kid. So I was like helping her out. So it's just I gave her my ticket. So it worked out. So she'll be there. Shout Crystal was her name. So I hope they have a really good time. I'm devastated that I'm not going to be there, but I'll be watching and pulling for you guys.
Absolutely. Keegan, Christopher, you guys watching from home? Or you guys coming to the game?
Colin, you're such a philanthropist, first of all. The synergy in your brain is just through the roof.
Oh, I circle back every now and then.
So altruistic. Are you going to write that $18 off on your tax return? Actually, I donated this. Sorry.
I will not be going this weekend, unfortunately, because I was out of town all last weekend. But I will be watching. I don't have plans for where I am watching Keegan. So, Trevor, if you guys aren't going to the game,
Trevor's in.
Yeah, I will not be going to the game. Been to the last 2 home games, but we're actually going to Joshua Tree for the weekend, taking the family out to Joshua Tree. So I will got a sick house. I'll be laying in the hot tub. We're going on a Hummer road trip earlier, so by 7:30, I'll be in the hot tub, cocktail in hand.
Nice.
Got a TV by the hot tub, so I'll be laying in the hot tub with the kids in the pool, watching the game. Getting probably a little obnoxious. My family will tell me to stop yelling, but looking forward to the game.
So you can lay in hot tub? Does this hot tub have like a hammock in it or something? Or
salt filled where you just kind of float?
So there's. Have you ever been in a hot tub before? There's things. So a hot tub is a warm pool of water that has a whole seat around the side. So if you're inside, right, there's water and there's seats. You can lay in the hot tub.
Oh,
I know. Someday, Chris, I'll take you and I'll show you. I know you're the synergy, and you haven't been. There's a whole world view that we need to expose you to.
My favorite way to lay down in the hot tub is like this. I lay like this, and then I do this because my right ear is in the water, but I'm protecting it with my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I'm using this as a.
I assume you're going to the game this weekend, Nate?
Yeah. I am going to the game. I will not be in a hot tub.
Amoebas don't go in your ear. Anyways. Nate, you're going to the game?
I will be going to the game in June. I've been talking about it. And with all the hoopla and everything, I think it's going to be sold out. I think Will Ferrell's going to try to crash our tailgate in the purple lot, and I think we're not going to let him. I think we should lock him. You know what would be really funny is if he came and they tried to do some bullshit, and then we locked him in a porta john and taped it up, and then like all the camera people are like looking for they're like, and then after like a few minutes go by, they're like, oh shit, like we actually can't fucking find Will Ferrell, and the whole time he's just like hitting it, you know, and then the whole time people are like hanging out doing Ron Burgundy quotes. So like they think that him hitting it is him redoing the glass case of emotion part.
I like it.
Attach hot air balloons to the thing and he just floats away.
Let's not get ridiculous now, Keegan. But no, I love
Ron Burgundy.
I'm very excited.
Oh, you know, what would be a really good bit is if you shot him with a horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
That'd be a good bit.
That'd be pretty rad. Probably go to jail quickly after.
Yeah, but I mean, you can.
Ow! Yeah,
that was exactly. Right on cue.
Producer Trev.
That was not coordinated.
How
fantastic, Trevor.
How is this possible? No, I want to bring up.
Sorry.
Dude, I love it. I brought up the celebrity ownership and Will Ferrell, but really, me and all these guys, we grew up watching Will Ferrell skits on SNL. So he was like the comedy guy, you know, for us for a long time. So I did ask, kind of, I don't know, tell you guys, I would ask you this. So Colonial, what's your favorite Will Ferrell SNL skit?
Well, maybe simply off the top of my head, the favorite is Why You Call Me Colonial. It's if anybody ever saw the Weekend Update skit, it was Colin Quinn and Willage Kid, and he would just every time they were having this fun interaction, and like every time Colin Quinn would say something, Will Ferrell was playing this boisterous college kid, like, yeah, Cologne, that's it, Cologne, Colonial Foot Soldier. And so ever since then, Nate started calling me Colonial, and it's stuck. So there's probably some other ones that I prefer more, but that one is closest to my heart, I think, because of you, Nate.
Well, hell yeah, dude. That was like literally, that was 20 years ago, 23 years ago. I was 15 years old when that started.
It's literally, it's my
almost a quarter
Xbox
decade.
username, and like, because of just you call me that.
So appropriate. I'm so glad you chose that one.
Dude, that's the thing, dude. Nicknames are great. Chucky, like literally people know Chucky Lozano as they don't even know his real name. It's
Herving. Yeah.
Nicknames are a real thing. You give somebody a nick, like that shows real love, bestowing nicknames, in my opinion. Give your friends nicknames.
For me,
Chris the bitch. What's your? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was the first joke that came to my head. It was a horrible joke.
It's stuck now.
I apologize.
You apologize. I am a giant bitch. It's totally fine.
That was a horrible joke.
I enjoyed it. Why are you apologizing? I call you a bitch all the time, behind your back most of the time.
Yeah, like a real man.
Like a real man. My favorite, off the top of my head, Will Ferrell sketch is the hot tub one with Jimmy Fallon, Drew Barrymore, and Rachel Dratch. And he goes, David. Doing a bad job of explaining it. But
I know which one you're talking about. Lava.
The lava.
Yeah, my lava. Yeah.
Dude, I was cracking up just thinking about it. That Dave, when he's touching his face and he's like, David.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly.
Would you like some lamb shanks?
Yeah.
It's like we love moist, hot lamb meat in the hot tub. I love that.
Rachel Dratch is like caressing his face while breathing at the same time. It's really good. Watch it if you haven't seen it. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Keegan? What about you, Keegan?
I'm going to go a little off topic, but there's a Cut for Time skit with Gus Chiggins. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one, where it was their first episode after 9/11. They did a thing of like troops going into Afghanistan to hunt Osama bin Laden. It's all these troops, and then they have an old coal miner, prospector. It's Gus Chiggins. He keeps going, all right, we have a trail guide. He goes, Gus Chiggins, and he has all these pans, and he keeps hitting the pans. And it's very funny. I'd look it up. I'm trying to remember, but I just
he spells his last name C-H-I-G.
Yeah.
INS.
And he goes, I slept with the snake in my boot We're like, really? He's like, yeah, my first wife. He's like, is that prospector humor?
Really quick story. I think Nate, you were there. We had a costume themed party at my buddy Michael's house one year, and me and our friend Matt Higbee dressed up as old prospectors. And we did the whole thing, fake beards, the hat, and we bought old pots and pans from Ambets. And all night we were just like, oh, bitches, just hitting the pans all night. It was a really good, costume.
Gus Chiggins, Chiggins, Chiggins.
Well, I'd be more worried about coyotes if I were you.
Yeah. We're like, why are we going to Afghanistan with this old prospect?
Dude, yeah. And that skit is so funny. Like everybody breaks in it. Tracy Morgan, everybody's breaking in that sketch.
Yeah.
That
He goes, I might be. Never mind. Yeah, go.
I don't think it actually ever aired. I think it was only on the best of Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it's covered.
So they do like the air before they air, where like they literally do the skits.
Dress.
And then, dress. And it's like, what's crazy is I bet you there's been so many times where skits that don't hit on the live one probably were hilarious in the dress, and they just use all the energy, you know?
Absolutely.
But my favorite Will Ferrell skit is when he's a cheerleader with Sherry O'Terry, and they're at the particular one with the chess competition just kills me. That one. But I know we've been talking shit about Will Ferrell, and I do think he's a bitch when it comes to being a sports fan, even though he's a Chelsea fan, I guess, even though I've seen him wear other. That's the thing. If you're going to rep one English Premier League team, rep one team in that league, and that's it. You don't rep any other teams. If you're going to rep one team in MLS, you rep one motherfucking team. You rep one team in your league. That's how it works. It's not. It's not fucking. You can't be a Man City fan and a Man U fan, and I hear that all. Like I'm a Manchester fan. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like, what type of world do I live in where fans are okay? Not only are fans okay doing that, they're okay with publicly doing that, and nobody lambastes them. That's the world in which I live, and it blows my fucking mind. But
disgraceful.
It is disgraceful. Disgusts me. Speaking of which, how's you guys fantasy teams doing? Huh? Do some fantasy roundup?
Not great.
Nate, are you Charles Lozano Esquire?
I am.
Of course he is.
Well, you're killing it. You are in third place, my friend. You guys want me to do the roundup? I'll do the roundup.
Do it.
You are in third place with 310 points. 77 this week. You had a big week.
Thank you, sir.
Whoever Caracas is in first place.
Dude, and M, he's on the freaking Discord.
Oh, damn. Good for him. Happy for you. Lozano's Locos, that's me at 10th place with 235. I put up 42 this week. Pretty gross. Kicking Beef, 58 points this week. You're in 11th place with 235.
Yeah.
Colonial, 40 points. 220 total. Getting a little rough.
Yeah.
And oh boy, producer Trev put up 28 points this week, and he has 181 points.
Trevor,
Ooh.
Trevor, my brother, what are you doing, bro?
Dude, I finally.
You're so good at. Oh.
I finally.
Keegan's disappointed.
I finally changed my captain, and I did not put Acosta as my captain. I put Benteke, and neither of them did shit. So it actually didn't make me feel horrible.
I picked up Benteke this week, and I did pick up Jaden Nelson on Vancouver, who he had an assist. That guy's good, dude. Got the fro. Dude, he's fast, and I picked him up. He got an assist, so he did well. And yeah, Benteke, I think I made Zaha my captain, but Zaha hasn't done really much fantasy wise since his first week.
I'm about to drop his ass, dude. What is Charlotte doing? Even when Charlotte scored 4 fucking goals, he didn't have 1 goal.
I know.
Like, dude, are you kidding me?
This week I think he's gonna get a couple this week.
I finally dropped Bwanga. I have Lloris on my team. He's the only LAFC player, but Bwanga's fucking sucking. He's sucking.
I dropped him, dude. Yeah, I dropped him a few weeks ago because I drafted him.
Happened to him?
Had him initially.
Dude, Zaha.
Go ahead, Geeks.
No, I was just say Zaha is gonna go off. He looks like a star in the making.
Yeah.
And then
in the making.
He already is a star.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
No, you know what I mean, though. Like, he hasn't reached his potential at
He's
all.
going to dominate in MLS.
Star,
I know what you mean.
Yeah, sky's the limit. And then I've kept Mighton, and I keep holding. Dude, Mighton looked good when he came in. He had some really good moves and runs. I just hope we give him more time. I hope. I keep keeping him on, but I'm like, should trade him because he's not getting a lot of playing minutes. That's all. Continue, Christopher.
Here's a player that you guys can pick up that's cheap is Bombino. There's a little tip for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sneaky.
It's surprising that he's getting all these starts over Negri. He's 18 years old, and Negri's like an established vet. He's getting all the starts. But real quick, I would like to say that I think Trev is about to make a run in MLS Fantasy. And you want to know why, Trev?
Jesus, what's he got to do with it?
Don't you worry about it. He's going to take care of it.
Trev just put Jesus Ferrera on his team. He plays for PSV.
I know. I was like, is there a player who's
he plays in the Dutch league.
I'm talking about the number one.
Trevor been resurrected.
Okay.
But no, that was it for me. I mean, wait a second. We didn't do score predictions.
Okay.
Lastly.
Real score. I was waffling last week, Nate. Sorry to interrupt you, but I was one who was like, I was kind of like,
it was Colonial. I was trying to give me,
yeah.
So,
it was, yeah.
I know you guys didn't watch the episode, but we did our post Austin episode, and Colonial. I brought up the fact that somebody was gonna say we were gonna lose, and then they like a true fan, they were like, "No, we're gonna win at the last second," and it was Colonial. Colonial knew.
Unfortunately, I just couldn't say out, but I thought it was gonna be maybe like a basically what we. But
didn't you predict that we were gonna lose, Nate? I thought you predicted.
No, I did. So I predicted we would be down 2-1 at the half, which we were, and I thought we were going to score 2 goals to come back and win it, and we just didn't put those chances away. So I'm still proud of my prediction.
Okay, this week is going to be a crazy game, 3-2 SDFC. Now that I'm saying that, it's probably going to happen, I think.
Oh yeah!
Wow, well said.
Very committed to that.
Was
oozing confidence. Oozing confidence.
Yeah, your confidence level just slowly went down.
The synergy is through the roof.
I'm going to trust my gut. I'm not going to circle back. I'm going to trust my gut.
Don't do it.
Good. Yeah, no circling back.
What about you, Christopher?
I think we're going to shore up our defense. I don't think we're going to concede at all this week. I think we're going to win Dos La Cera. I think it's going to be a little rocky right off the bat. But we are not going to concede within the first 20 minutes. And we've been proven to show that's redundant. We've been proven that we can hold the defense after the 20th minute and not concede after that. And I think once we get past that 20-minute mark, which we're going to, it's going to be smooth sailing. We're going to get 1 goal towards the end of the first half, and Chuki's going to come on in like the 69th minute.
Nice.
Hey,
and he's gonna get a goal in the 75th minute, and we're gonna hold it from there. 2-0.
Ooh, all right.
I'm writing it down just in case you get it right. Cool, Chuki.
Keeg, what about you, bub?
If you get it wrong, I won't bring it up. So I'll only bring you guys up if you get it right.
I predicted 4-0 last time, so
should have brought it up,
and I didn't bring it up.
Yeah.
I think this game's gonna be very interesting. I think it's gonna go 2-1. I predicted this last game as well, but I think it's gonna be I think like what Chris said, I think that we're gonna be good through the first 20 minutes. We're gonna shore it up. I think they're gonna score, and then we'll tie it up, and I think Chuki's gonna come on to at least assist, if not score, the final late goal. But I think 2-1, we're gonna win. But it's going to be close. I think this game's going to be a real grind. Like, I don't know. I feel like both these teams are so similar in their playing style. Maybe if we change up our style or they do, it's going to be kind of like playing chicken. Like both our styles are so similar. It's like who's going to either change or just crash. Who's going to change it up or just have it go into each other. So I think we're going to go 2-1. Especially if Godoy for sure is going to play. I think we need Patty in there as well. I think that's going to be huge. That last game, our back line showed they're young, and it was good to give them experience, but it showed the inexperience. If we had Godoy and Patty in last game, those 2 goals would not have been scored. Like they wouldn't have gone up 2-0 on, they wouldn't have scored those. So I think that's going to be a huge point of it's going to be big. So yeah, I think 2-1. We're going to sneak it out. Be our first home victory. We need our first home victory.
Nate, before you say yours, do you
God
want to go
damn it,
ahead and
producer
announce?
Trev, you motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Well, you announce Trevor's and then announce yours after.
Trev's is 1-0 for SDFC, and I'm also going 1-0 for SDFC because I do think we're going to park the bus, and I'm going to love every second of it. I hope that they get 99% possession. I hope that we get 1% possession. I hope that we have one shot, and our one shot is our goal, and they just get so annoyed that we won that game because I do think that as a team, we have to prove that we can beat these teams, the Austin and the LAFCs, even when we don't have Godoy and Patty in the midfield. And that is also why I think that we're going to sit back deeper. Look, if I was the coach, I would not play those two because it is a long season and they just traveled. Patty traveled fucking far, dude. I'm telling you guys, those flights, they can act like whatever. Those flights suck dick.
It does.
Dude, it does. Those flights fucking suck. Even if you're in first class, whatever, like you go up. So planes are pressurized at 8,000 feet. If you leave from 2,000 feet, you go up 6,000 feet or flying in that, and then you're back down to 0 elevation in San Diego. Like it's not like it messes with your body. You can, people can, whatever. It does. It really does.
Let alone the time change.
So I would not play those two. I would definitely play. I would sit back, have Yepa sit back, and really counterattack because especially how well Ani Valakari played against Austin and tearing up their dude. He intercepted balls. He fucking did everything. And then De La Torre, every time De La Torre was on the ball, he looked dangerous. So I think that we are going to play to those strengths, and I do think 1-0. 1-0 is what we're going to do.
Can I give a quick shout out to Valakari? Valakari he impresses me more every single time I see him play. He's a stud, and I think he's going to be a huge part of our team going forward. De La Torre as well is great, but Valakari, man, I fucking love him.
Yeah,
just to put that in there, I fucking love that guy.
I agree.
I think he actually has the ability to potentially take over the Marcus role. Like I'd rather see him being like the hold-up player and having Angel on the wing or Mighton on the wing as opposed to Angel up front because Angel is pretty much invisible up the middle.
He was last game for sure.
Yeah, he's like, what are you even on the field? Valakari is so skilled. I mean, I feel like he could do a really solid job holding down that role while Marcus is out.
Especially on crosses. He's such a good header.
He's proven it.
All of his headers are on target for the 90%. Yeah. It's amazing. Like he's great. Like I love him.
I honestly, the only reason I wouldn't put him in that position is just so he could do more, just so he can do so much more
creative.
Kind of, I don't know, dude. That's the thing is like it's like the Vinicius, Bellingham, and what's his face Mbappe situation, where we have such attacking fluidity that we need to, give them the right avenues, I guess.
Let him be free.
It's just all like it's all triangles up top. Like they just gotta work together and they can figure it out.
Learn the synergy, You gotta figure out that synergy.
Thank you for circling back. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Hey Keegan, do you mind circling back and making a run for us?
I'm back. I wanna be a Red.
His chair broke again.
You thought it was gonna break again.